Hello, everybody. This is Mr. Mariano. Welcome to Back to School Night for the engineering class called 3D Engineering Design. A little bit about me. If you've never met me before, I've been teaching at Chatham High School for around 12 to 13 years. And these classes that I'm going to describe will pretty much show you some great progression in which your child will go through and experience this year and possibly enroll in other classes the next couple of years that maybe they have at Chatham High School. So we're going to start with 3D engineering design and architectural design. Now, your son or daughter might be in one of those two classes, okay? Basically, this video is going to be for both of those classes because I'm going to go back and forth and show what they are going to be doing in both of those classes. In 3D engineering design this year, we are starting off with drafting. And this is a very good topic to start off with. It is one of those topics that I do cherish because of how much a college really needs a student to have experience in before they get into the engineering field. We go over the drafting supplies like a T-square and triangles. And like it says right there, it's great for anybody soon to be interested in the field of architecture, interior design, and engineering. The software we will be using is Fusion 360 to design parametric design, and that works on both Mac and PC. We have AutoCAD that is also going to be working on a Mac or a PC, and it's also web browser based this year, so that's good. That is going to be used later on to show you how to use a laser cutter. And 3D Studio Max is going to be for animations. And I hope to get to the animations this year, but due to some issues with satellite learning or remote learning, it might be a little difficult. So we'll see how this year pans out. We are going to be experiencing some advanced manufacturing techniques like 3D printing using our MakerBot and Ultimakers. Those are always fun to see what they can create, come to fruition, and then test it. We've done that a few times with things called cantilevers or bridges. We also have this laser cutter that we are going to be using with AutoCAD to do some modeling in. And even some fun toys like the 3D pens to decorate those designs with. It should be a lot of fun this year. Here are a couple of videos that show some animations done in 3D Studio. I have to turn this down a little. Okay, so basically these are all Lego components that started out as a model, and then we took them apart and slowly brought them together piece by piece, doing some animations. As you can see here, sorry for the music, as you can see here, we have a lot of parts coming in pretty fast. We learned how to use camera angles, lights, materials, textures, what else? Timing, and a lot of file types. So it really gives a student a good idea of how to look at not the software for what a handout can do, but what can you do with the software to create and build and construct and model within. All of these parts were completely done by students. All the animations and materials were done by the students. So you can see that it is a pretty interesting design challenge when we get into it. That's 3D engineering design, okay? Now, if you are going to take 3D engineering design and another class for architecture, this class is a great class that is great for any engineer as well because of the modeling aspects that we get inside here. One of them, and anybody enrolling in architecture, you're going to have a chance to experience the treehouse design. So this is the model of this SketchUp picture. Okay, so we scanned in branches using a scanning software program. Students will learn how to scan in software and manipulate the data. We then construct that model based off of what they started here with a basic idea of what it's going to look like. And then we do some other modeling aspects with some modeling software with SketchUp, modeling board, and other tools and materials. This is great. This is eventually going to lead us to the foam core modeling design challenge that you can see here. Now, what you see is a 3/8 of an inch equals a foot scale model of a 900 square foot home. And if you take a look at it, you could only see one bedroom, one kitchen, one bath. So it usually comes out to that, but the content of the floor plans is all developed by students. So they're modeling, they're using power tools, they're using materials that they see in and around themselves and inside my classroom to best represent furniture that is all scaled appropriately at 3/8 of an inch equals a foot. And the big component is going to be the Revit floor plan design software. There's another Autodesk software program that students can use. What we see here is a floor plan and a 3D view of it. So students get a lot of exposure on Revit. And this takes them right into the professional field. Colleges use it a lot too. So it's good to have a lot of exposure before you enroll into a college field, all right? So that's architectural design. So let's say that your student had already taken the intro course and now they wanted to take one of these two classes, or maybe they wanted to take both of those classes. They still have one more class that I'd like to introduce, and that is Design Studio. Now, Design Studio this year and from here on out is now going to be affiliated with Fairleigh Dickinson University. It is called a satellite program that gives any student enrolled in Design Studio 3 credits of college, I guess, what do they call them? They would be the elective college credits. So what's really good about that is your son and daughter or child is going to be 3 credits ahead of the game before they even enroll in their college. That means that maybe later on down the road, they can lighten one of their semesters because they already have 3 credits done. That's one less class, one less burden, one less extra thing that they have to pile on top of their busy schedules. And it also probably saves you a lot of money. The class will cost $270 rather than however much each credit is worth per credit at a college level. So what do they do in Design Studio? It is an independent study class that they work on projects either affiliated with an architectural model or an engineering example that you see here. Here are 2. This was an entire home designed by a student. Now we're getting much bigger models with a lot of research done and modernization and renders. This on this side right here, these are models that you can see here of a park that was designed by a student, and she wanted to make sure that what she was designing had paths and a pond and really exemplified some of the needs by the people that were designing it. So that's an architectural angle that a student can take. We have the engineering example as well. What you see here are 3 different ideas. You might see like this as a cell phone case that a student was prototyping different ways to make a comfortable cell phone stand, not cell phone stand, a cell phone case for the elderly, and what do elderly people really need to make a very comfortable way of holding cell phones. And this one was a new way of creating a backpack with braces for people that had back issues. These are all designs that students came to me with a problem and said, I want to try and solve this problem. So that's why this class, Design Studio, really is all about what they want to study, okay? And that basically concludes a couple of pathways a student can take. So thank you for your time, 3D engineering students. Looking forward to meeting everybody in person maybe next year. The architecture design students, parents, same thing. You know, please take a look at the other 2 classes that I do teach, and hopefully I'll get a chance to see you next year. And thank you very much for your time. Always feel free to contact me with any questions, especially about installing software or what software to get or what kind of computers that might be beneficial to this program. All right? I'm always up for helping. Thank you very much.